humility governs all other leadership characters. And it's the anchor of all the other leadership characters. And I know it from experience too, from my own experience too. I'm not telling you only theoretically or only from the biblical principles, which is right, but I lived up to it, and I have experienced it. How? How did I experience it? When I was a leader, and I was a leader in different in different ways and at different levels and in different functions. I was a leader when I was a student. I was a student leader, a student union leader, and things like that. And I think some of you here also are student union presidents or leaders. And I was a leader when I was in the mountains doing armed struggle, guerrilla warfare. And then, of course, I became prime minister and I became a leader. But in all of those practices, when I see it later on, when I see it now, that one key thing in all of those levels and functions of leadership is the governing character, and that is humility. What do I mean by that? When I was a communist, an atheist, I had no God, I didn't know Jesus, I didn't know the principles of, biblical principles of how to live, how to roll, how to do things. I was one of the arrogant persons. I thought I know everything. I don't like when people oppose me. I don't like when people tells me what to do. And I almost always am sure that my opinion is the right one, not others. Of course, I was good in recruiting young people and mentoring them and coaching them and training them, whether it's political or military, and getting them into wars. I was good at that. I was good in organizing things, including organizations, political organizations, military organizations, and so on. I was good at that. Even when I was prime minister, I was good in organizing things, bringing experts, and take their ideas and implement for government. But the thing is not in being good in those things. The thing is that what was the motive of it? For what motive, for what goal had I been doing those things, those good things? That is arrogance, by the way. If the motive is not good, it's arrogance. Or eventually it takes you to arrogance. Then I met Jesus in that prison cell. And I started one thing for my own and in my own life. I understood and I knew through the Holy Spirit, of course, through the help of the Holy Spirit, of course, not by myself only. But I was willing to do that. And that thing that I did when I was in prison was I went back to myself, into myself, and start looking myself. If you remember in that National Prayer Breakfast, I brought this theory that says from ecosystem to ecosystem. That's what it means. From ego arrogance towards seeing yourself inside out and investigating yourself. I did that when I was in prison after I met Jesus and after I started learning the scriptures and started prayer. And that changed my whole attitude. That changed my whole perspective. I learned to a certain extent what humility is. I'm not saying I'm perfect on that even now. But at least I accept that there is a thing called humility that takes you all the way to the right track. Humility starts from yourself, seeing yourself. It starts from investigating deep into your heart, deep into your minds, your perspectives, your way of life, your worldview, and see and identify the good from the bad, and then chart out your future from that. That in general is what humility is. Of course, when you come into leadership, then this humility will be translated into different things. Like, for example, simply accepting others' ideas, at least listening. At least listening. Getting people, if you are, for example, a leader of a nation, a country, or an organization, getting people who are against your ideas, who are not always agreeing with you, but bring them around you and take their ideas because their ideas may be the right ideas. So tolerance comes there. Tolerance of listening others. Thinking that you are not the only one, thinking that your ideas are not the only ideas, the right ideas. There are the right ideas out there. So exploring those ideas is the other thing. The other very important thing of humility as a leader is taking responsibility for what you have done and for what that organization or that nation is on. It's for what is going on in that country, for what is going on in that organization. If it's a students' union, for what's going on in that students' union. You have to take responsibility. That is humility. And that is a very problematic thing for, especially for government leaders, to take. They don't want to take. They always externalize. Well, including me when I was in the government. We like to externalize. We like to throw it away for the people or for somebody below us. Okay? For example, take corruption in Africa. The most corrupt are the leaders. And they are not only the most corrupt, they are the leaders of corruption. But they don't never take responsibility for that. They always throw it away into the people or into the structure below them. By the way, I observed this right before the prayer breakfast and on the prayer breakfast. If you have noticed, I'm not sure whether all of you have noticed, when the National Conversation Report was reported at that National Prayer Breakfast, there was something that struck my mind. In the report, it says, it tells about corruption, things, bad things happening in the country and so on. But I heard a line that says, but for this, we don't take only the government as responsible. We, all of us, are responsible. It says that. And I was there sitting there in front of that report and I said, huh. Well, here is how I see. And I said that in the prayer breakfast in my address. Any kind of problem, including corruption or any other thing, the number one, the primary responsible should be the leaders of the government. It has to start from the top leader and then accordingly down the ladder. That should be the way we see when we are leaders. So we have to come up and say, this has happened, we are responsible. And we resolve this, we correct this on, the following plans or whatever. So as leaders, humility is your key thing and key principle. Thank you.
All right, so let's take a personalized appreciation as a time. Thank you very much. So, Gabriel. Again, personalized appreciation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you very, very much. I hope others are full. I know we can go on and on, but sometimes looking at time and also saying what are the things that we wish we can do before you guys be here tomorrow. So for that reason, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Foster, for the session. At this juncture, I think we need to do, I'm told the way we address smartly, we need to do a group photo. That's what I've been told. So we all go up behind here, take a group photo. And after the group photo, we're going to gender split session, where guys are going to hang out with other guys and talk other senior men and talk men issues. And ladies are also going to do their lady issues with all the ladies in the room. Someone is shaking their head. That's the right thing. When I said men issues and lady issues. Yes, so we're gonna have that session of a good photo, and you can take it for as long as you want. Our hope is that you can finish it, take to rest, and prepare for the evening celebration. We're trying to make sure that we can watch the football match at 10 p.m. Make sure that we can watch that one game, all of us together. We'll see if we can stream it down and look for a big screen and projector.
What time are you coming?
Watch it all together. Is that okay?
Tomorrow?
So for that to happen, we need to move tap, so that by 9:30 we are finished our dinner.
Will you come to
Sounds
Sam's
okay?
house?
So let's
Sam's.
go out for photo. Okay. Right, so kindly let's proceed, let's move leaders. Let's move right away. Taking a group photo right behind here. Please let's look, we shall post the people are still there.
Hi.
My name is Merko.
Okay.
I'm coming from Congo. Yes.
Oh, Congo DRC. Okay.
You speak Swahili?
No,
Because
no, I can't. I own. Hi. Nice meeting you.
My name is
Okay. From where?
Uganda.
Oh, okay.
I was so happy that you are in Uganda one time.
2016.
16.
Yes.
Oh.
Were you there?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I knew. I knew. Hi. Where are you from?
Rwanda.
Oh. Okay.